Okay, so this video is how to turn everything on. There's 3 phases. There's the soundboard downstairs, the upstairs sound booth, which we're in right now, and the stage. It's going to be the reverse of when you turn everything off. So we're going to go the soundboard, then we're going to come up here, and then we're going to go back down to the stage, then we're going to come back up here and finish turning everything else on. Okay, so the first step is to turn on the soundboard. So to turn on the soundboard, you have to come to the downstairs sound booth. You'll see this cover. It's just a dust cover. Go ahead and remove it. And then back here in the left, there's a switch. Turn that switch on. You'll see the board light up. You have to wait a minute while it lights up. It'll all these buttons will light up and then it'll display a login screen. Okay, so it just made a clicking noise and then all the lights came on and this screen will say login. So at this point I'm just going to tell it to log in, which is a green button, and it says enter your password. So our password is going to be enter. Now the soundboard is on. I'm going to go ahead and unmute the far right channel for the front of house. And then we're going to go ahead and turn on this box here. There's 2 boxes. Both of these are for the handhelds. The name is on the top of the one. We don't really use that often, but we use this one almost every week. So we go ahead and flip this switch on the right side of the box, and as soon as it lights up, you're good to go. So the next step is to go upstairs to the video booth. Okay, so we're up here for just a brief second. Before we go back downstairs, we have to come up here and turn on these 3 switches. These switches provide power to the stage. So we're going to go from left to right. Just give them a second in between. And you'll see the light on the stage flash for a second when you do that. Okay, and then next, after you flip these switches, you'll follow down the wall here to the light board. And you can go ahead and hit the far right button that says mode and has a power symbol on it. And just push that to turn the board on. Now we're going to go downstairs to the stage and turn it on. Alright, so at this point I've come down from the upstairs sound booth and I'm on my way to turn the stage on. I make a quick pit stop at this table here. Usually the mic is laying here. I grab it so that later I can check the battery, make sure that you have a fresh battery. I also check this speaker. Sometimes it's playing music, so if it is, I'll either hit the minus button to turn the music down or hit the power button and turn it off. And then I go to the stage and resume turning the power on. Okay. So when you turn the power on the stage, it's just like turning it off. You come to the left side of the stage, you pull this black cloth away, and there's a power strip. On the left side of the power strip is a little red switch. If you flip that on, it'll light up. And if you look up at the speaker, behind it, the lights start to dance, showing you that it is indeed getting the power. From there, we go to the drum cage and turn it on. Okay, so from in here, there's 2 power strips. One in front of the other, one closer to the window, one further away. You turn on the first one and you get this light. Well, it didn't come on. And then you turn on the second one and you get this light. That'll turn on the floor lights here, activating the soundboard, or the light board, sorry. From here you go to the far left side of the stage and you turn on another power strip. Alright. So we get to this other side here and we have the same thing as over there. You have a black cloth and a power strip. On the far left side of the power strip is a button. Just flip that little switch there and it lights up, showing that it has power. Then you look up at the speaker and you should see a couple lights spinning. If they're spinning or they're lit up, speaker's on, you have power, you're good. So you put the cloth back, cover up the wires, and you continue on upstairs. Alright, so you're going to look right there at the top of the speaker. When I turn it on, the lights will start to dance. And you see those lights dancing like that, you just turn the speaker on and it'll settle and you're ready to go as soon as it settles. Alright, so now it's on and you're ready to go. Alright, so the final step in the process is to turn on the upstairs soundboard and light boards and really all the remaining technology. I'm going to start on the left side and turn on the iMac, and then I'm going to start back over here on the right side and work my way back. Alright, so back over here at the iMac, the first thing we turn on after we've turned everything else on the other steps is the iMac. Behind it on the left side, you'll feel a little indent. That's the power button. We're going to hold that down and you'll hear the computer turn on here in a second. Okay, so the screen's coming on, you'll see an Apple symbol, everything's turning on. While that turns on, we'll walk back to the right side and work our way from the right to left. Alright, so working right to left, now that the iMac is on, we're going to start against the wall. Right against the wall, you'll see the remote connected to this cable. This cable runs directly to the projector, and this is the remote for it. So there's two buttons up here, one that says on, one that says standby. We're going to turn it on and you'll hear it beep. It's very faint. Put the remote back against the right side of the wall so we don't lose it. Next, we're going to take the far right slider on the light board. It says master above it, and we're going to slide it all the way up. Now all the lights are already pre-selected, so they should all turn on. Then we're going to grab this other remote that says insignia. This is for this monitor right here, which is connected to our iMac Mini. So there's a big red button in the top left of this remote. It has a little power symbol. We're going to push that, and the light on this iMac will blink. Okay, it just blinked, and it's going to turn on here in a second. There it goes. After that's on, it's just turning the monitor on because this stays running. After that's on, we're going to come over here to our cameras. This monitor has all of our cameras and does all of our switching. So you're going to look at this Panasonic box here. There's a little switch here on the back left. We're going to flip that. When the light comes on, you're good. Then there's this Samsung remote. The Samsung remote sits in front of this TV because it is a Samsung brand as well. It has a power button on it. You're going to push that and it'll turn on. Now you're going to come back over here to this rack, and there's a big on-off button. We're going to flip that and let it kick on. Okay, so now it's running. And then the last thing here in turning it on are there two cables that we unplug every night for the cameras. They go in ports 1 and ports 2. So we just push them back in. You hear that little click. So it's in, and you push this one back in, and it's in. Then you look over here at the screen, and the cameras are starting to come on board. So this will all start to fill up as the cameras boot up. There's the two cameras. Then we just come over to the iMac now that it's booted up, and we enter in our password, and it has a login screen. So it'll ask you to enter in your password. So now our iMac is booted up. It'll usually ask you this little CUDA preferences pop up. That's because the computer's old and it can't get that software anymore. Just exit out, and you'll continue to log into all the software. So the first thing we'll do is get the Gld Editor, which is the soundboard software. We'll double click on that. It'll start to bounce, and it will ask you for Gld type 80 or Gld type 112. You click on Gld type 80, click OK. Let that boot up. Okay, and then there's a connection button on the top right. You're going to click connect, and it's going to ask you to connect again. Don't click the button that says connect as master. Click the big button that says connect. You're going to connect, and it's going to ask you for the password. It's going to be the same password as downstairs soundboard. So you can hit the enter or the return button, they're the same thing. It's processing right now, it's trying to connect. There's a little blue bar going across the screen. Okay, now it's connected. So we'll toss that to the side. Okay, after that, we're going to check the batteries on the mics. I grabbed the handheld while I was down there as well. It's usually on the table or it's in one of the chairs in the front row. So I flip this switch on the handheld and flip it up to on, and the light comes on and the screen comes on. It also has a little battery icon on the screen. It has 2 bars currently. So that's probably going to be okay because this one isn't used the whole service. And we don't have a battery checker, so what I do now is I just unscrew it and take the battery out, set it aside, and I grab the lapel mic. And there's 2 little tabs here on the side of it. If you squeeze it, it'll open up and fold down. I take the battery out of this mic and I put it in the handheld. And I turn it on. When you turn it on, it'll show the battery symbol again. It says 3 bars on that battery, so that battery's full and it'll last the whole service. A 2-bar battery should last, but there's no way of knowing. We've had it run on 2 bars before and it dies in the middle of the service, so we usually just change them out and make sure that this mic always has 3 bars on this battery. So then I just put that battery back and put this battery back. And I'll walk them downstairs, and now everything is turned on and checked and you're ready to install your software for the day.